I can hear your kids. Haley, I can hear your kids yelling in the background.
He always yells. It's the part about being an 8-year-old.
Hey, friends, we're back for, I guess, episode 2. We'll be calling these episodes. Is that the preferred nomenclature for what it is we're doing? I don't know. But we went a little over, I believe, last time. So we're going to cut out the how's everyone doing section. Because let's be honest, no one really gives a fuck how any of us are doing. Hopefully ourselves. We care about ourselves, but otherwise, who gives a shit? And get right into it. I wanted to bring up something that popped today. I shared it on the interwebs as well. Did a lot of other people. The CARE Act for small businesses and the Shake Shack decision to give the money back, which seems pretty commendable, in my opinion. I mean, there's obviously there being that they probably shouldn't have even been able to apply for in the first place. And secondarily, are they only kind of fucking showing their hand now that like people caught on? Like if it had no one noticed or no one found out, would they have said shit? I don't know. What do you think? Ely, you're directly related to this more than Jim or
I it's funny because I got into a discussion with it about somebody who was like, these are franchisees, these are small business owners. Like actually Shake Shack is not a full franchisee. It's just kind of one big parent corporation. And it went public, I think, in like 2014. But yeah, they had no business taking that money. But, you know, they did do the right thing. And so far, some of the other places, you know, like Potbelly's and Ruth Chris haven't done anything. And in order to be a Ruth Chris franchisee owner, you have to be a millionaire already. I mean, in order to be a franchisee owner for some of these things, you have to be able to come in with $500,000 or plus in cash, and that's just cash that you have personally yourself before you put anything into it. So I felt very passionately about it, but it is what it is. And I'm going to try to let it go and, to be honest with you, celebrate 420 because I'm not smoking anymore. Today's the day for it.
You're going to do it on TV? You're going to do it on TV?
Oh, I thought we were supposed to. I'm supposed to take like a token rips on TV, right? It's legal. I'm not running for anything.
Fine. I'll join in. It's not like I was ever going to become anything anyway.
Oh, exactly. It's kind of lovely.
You can put that shit in my LinkedIn profile.
It has been since like November, so, you know, fucking heck.
Who looks at your LinkedIn profile anymore?
Nobody. I think I created that shit fucking 10 years ago. Never did anything to it. Never, like, I put my name in there and that was about it. I get an email like every couple months like, hey, you still got to finish up the process. I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm not going to. At this point, I'm definitely not going to.
Jim, are you going to partake in any ganja?
No, but I do have a smoked beer from Bamberg that I'm drinking, so close enough.
Snooze fest.
You say that about me all the time.
I'm going to put this away before I get too high, and then I'm going to open a beer.
What am I drinking? I'm drinking where's the ball? I'm drinking a Wicked Weed. White Angel. White Sour Ale. What was it? Muscadine?
Muscadet.
No, this is DINE. This is like a North Carolina thing. Assuming that's muscadine. Does it sound?
Yeah.
It's a grape varietal native to North Carolina.
Ah.
I am going to want to actually make wine out of it.
I am going to have myself a nice Mars Pills to start this off. I've been looking forward to that.
And I'm having an Urbach from Ex-Schlenkerla.
I was pumped to kind of find this. It was an Andover Classic Wine and Spirits. It was in Andover. And usually when I'm in Andover, I'm not in Andover for long. I can't afford Andover. They smell me and they want me to leave. But I walked in, my buddy Jared runs that store, and he actually has really fantastic tasting beer. So it's kind of cool to see this, you know, outside of like Somerville or Cambridge. I'm pumped about that.
One thing I know about Jared, I met him a couple times. Nice dude. One thing I know for sure is that he has a a very clever online presence, Jared. He's a funny dude. He posts funny shit.
Very, very funny dude. And very, very friendly dude. It's been between years that I met him, and he still remembers me and is a very nice guy. So cheers to you, Jared.
Yeah, he does a good job. I tried to get him hired in our company, but he ended up getting like a few better gigs bouncing around in stores. But yeah, good cat. Very. I think it's either his Xbox name or one of his other names is Jared McThunderfuck. Name for the geekiness of the world.
You guys play video games? Haley, you got a game system?
I do, but I don't really play. Brendan kind of goes apeshit on it and tells me about games. But I mean, I'll play I just played God of War, and it emotionally sapped me. And I'm not going to play a video game until another one comes out. They're dedicate life for 3 weeks to this game, and I'm like, let's do it. And that's the only time I play a game.
I'd like to. Maybe we should have Brendan on. It's not has shit all to do about beer, but I don't understand gamers, man, or their culture. It's a lot of work doing that shit, playing those games. You got to spend a lot of time doing that.
Sorry, Jim, what were you saying?
I'm sorry. You can't have kids. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, I think it's time consuming, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, yeah, but Jim's right though. It's I'm playing a game where this big Greek god swinging an axe into the skulls of these dudes, and all of a sudden my 8-year-old walks in, and I'm like, if you have a kid, it's impossible to play game. First off, you don't have any TV time until everybody's asleep if you have a kid, and then when you have a kid, you don't want to do something that's as engaging as a game nowadays. It's not like Super Mario Brothers where you just bounced around on a mushroom or everything else. It's these 3-dimensional fucking landscapes and personalities and scripts, and it's just too much. It's too much. Rare occasions now, but gamers are committed in a way that's remotely sickening.
There's a dude across the way, across the parking lot, that seemingly wakes up early like me or stays up late, and I peep across the parking lot into his window to see what kind of video games he's playing at night. It's not weird. This is what I do. Look out windows, judge people, bark at dogs when they walk by.
You're a hirsute Jimmy Stewart, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, before I forget, if anyone is watching this and if anyone knows how to get a Zoom cast, if that's what the fuck these things are called, on gallery view in recording mode. Gallery view in recording mode. Leave a comment on the YouTube video and give us step-by-step directions, because we can't figure it out.
I just realized I started a chain of misinformation down the street. I took out the garbage and the recycling. Today's a holiday. They're going to move it past the day. And now I look, and 2 of my neighbors are now taking out their garbage and recycling because I took mine out. So I'm just, there's a bullshit holiday anyway, but I'm perpetuating misinformation about what tomorrow is.
Jam.
Whatever.
Jam.
That's what happens when I smoke. I blame you.
Come again.
I said, I blame you, Tarantino. This is what happens when I smoke weed. You encourage me to smoke weed. Now I'm noticing garbage. Take it out.
That's what we do, man. We fucking smoke weed and we get paranoid. We look out windows and we watch things and we formulate ideas based on these things. That's what I do now. That and play music. That's all I got going on.
When are we getting the synthesizer theme song?
Once I record it onto the laptop, I can add it as a theme song at that time. But I have not done that yet.
All right. Our waiting room is full. So let's bring in our first guest here.
Rachel.
Mr. Alex Forbes.
Yo.
That definitely says Rachel Abrams, not Alex.
Oh, that's me, though. That's me. I'm on my wife's Zoom account again. My bad.
Alex, how are you, everybody? This is Alex Forbes.
What's up, guys?
Hi.
Hello.
Hi,
How's
Alex.
it going?
Alex, what do you have for states? It's New York, New Jersey. Do you go Massachusetts? Obviously. Do you go to PA?
That's it.
That's it.
I had PA many moons ago. I used to do the rest of New England 2 years ago, but now it's just New York, New Jersey, and Mass. And
what are you drinking for a beer today?
Believe it or not, I'm having some vitamin V. It's what I drink every day to stay healthy. Oh, that's a nice little mug you got there.
Thank you, Gravenstein. I appreciate that.
Amen. Check this out. My buddy found these glasses at a thrift store.
Oh, cool.
Old school 0.3 stems. So I figured I'd drink out of that. Baby.
So refill that twice by the time this interview is over.
Well, I'll let you know something about Veltons. It's actually quite chuggable.
Oh, dear God. Oh,
Jesus.
Just about to get
Good
ripped.
God.
So many vitamins. Oh my God.
Yo, Alex, are you wearing a bathrobe?
I am, basically.
You look like a man of leisure.
I've been leising the last few weeks. Yeah, why not, dude? Fuck it, you know. Is that a bass guitar back there? Hell
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, a little Fender jazz bass.
Right on.
This is the joy corner. We've got synthesizers and fucking the bass and like a drum machine and shit. That's like the thing that's keeping me fucking going at this point. You're a musician too as well, right?
Sanity Cave. Yeah, I play guitar.
Have you gotten better over the past month or so?
You know what? I figured out how to work GarageBand better. And I found the cord that I plugged my guitar into the computer with, which had been missing for a long time. So that's progress.
That's good. That's baby steps. That's good.
Yeah, I'm not used to recording at home, you know, on my own or anything. So that's kind of cool. GarageBand's like perfect for idiots.
I want to ask you about air guitaring because I did YouTube the videos very carefully.
Nice.
Ricky Sticky Fingers.
That's right.
So
that's why I'm wearing this bathrobe, by the way.
Is that a surprise?
Check it out. I made a logo. This is from back when they had a budget back in the day, and they got everybody who won one of the cities their own sweatshirt. I think they were sponsored by Boone's Farm that year. No joke. They had like
where does the air guitar committee, whatever they are, the group, where do they get funding? Like who generally funds them?
It's mostly do-it-yourself everything, and they do not turn a profit at all. Probably much less than a profit, but many years ago, like they had different sponsors for each year, and they would have a tour bus that drives around to each city. And the tour bus was like wrapped in whatever the sponsor was. So one year it was Airheads, and one year it was Cuervo Black specifically. I guess they probably like had some issues moving Cuervo Black, so they're like, maybe this will help. And then one year was Boone's Farm. I think that's it for like national sponsors. So that was like over 10 years ago. So now it's all just completely set up and run by individuals.
It sounds, I mean, I watched the videos. It looked funny as shit. It looked like a good time. And you definitely look like you were enjoying yourself.
That's right.
Outside of that, like one serious question I want to ask. You live in New York, right? Are you in Queens right now?
Yeah, I'm in Queens.
And you're originally from Brooklyn?
Actually from Cleveland, Ohio.
Cleveland?
Yeah.
Oh, let's forget that you're from Cleveland, and let's just say you're from Brooklyn. No one likes. Do you
All
like
good. I've been in Brooklyn for the first 8 years, in New York, and then Queens the last 4.
Makes sense. So you're seeing something kind of crazy that a lot of us aren't seeing right now in terms of how that city's doing. I mean, as rather insensitive, I guess, to ask just about our industry in general. But what's it like attempting to sell beer in Manhattan or anywhere else in New York right now.
I stopped a few weeks ago going physically into stores. The stores are swamped. Everyone's stressed out. The buyer doesn't want to like have a 2-minute meeting or chat about anything. So I just stopped doing that. I support them with whatever I can do, drop off some swag here and there, work with the distributor people more than the retailers. Do stuff on social media, like retweet and promote stuff on Instagram if they're doing beer to go. Buy stuff, buy the beers to go, buy food to go. That's really it though. Yeah, it's too chaotic and too crazy to go into stores and like expect to talk shop or anything, you know. It's insanity. I'm just like hoping that bars can survive, saying hello, buying some wine, having them charge me for Veltons, buying vodka, have them charge me for some Veltons here and there. Why not? You know, not much you can do.
I've read a few numbers. Some folks are saying, industry folks are saying maybe as much as like 70% of restaurants might not survive, you know?
Ooh, that's insane. Yeah, that could be. I think even like in the off-premise, at least half of the bodegas have decided to close. It's pretty hard to get space in the bodega anyways, so to do the 6 feet thing is nearly impossible. And people are just like, it's trickling down from restaurants to bars. They're not going to there as much. They're not going to bodegas as much because that's a bit of an upcharge service. They're going to the cheap spots, the grocery stores, liquor stores. So yeah, man, Massachusetts is a little strange. You guys are, I mean, the sales are down overall because of all the bars, but you're still cranking through alcohol.
Yeah, the liquor stores, I mean, are pretty fucking busy still.
Yeah,
Sure.
Alex,
I bet they're setting
really
back.
that doesn't really shock us. You're talking about a city that, you know, today for most people is like Marky Mark Day, and they just drink shitty beer watching, you know. It's a state and especially a city of drinkers.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy, man. I see the orders go through every couple of days. Even Belgian beer, some of the Belgians that I sell, like that's even moving. The Germans, the ciders. I mean, you guys are doing crazy things. I love it.
Well, congratulations on having the top 3 states that are infected. So that's your entire market. So.
Oh, really? Is what? New York's number 1, and then Mass, and then Jersey?
No, Jersey 2, and then
Jersey
Mass
2.
3.
Mass? Oh, my goodness. Yeah, good timing. Just give it to the garbage man. He'll clean it up.
I'm seeing a trend here. There's one common thread amongst these 3 states. I think that you were patient 0.
Yeah, that's true. Yep. Oh my goodness. Good thing I'm lazy and don't hit other states. Otherwise, we'd be in some serious trouble.
No, so not time to overwork the market, not overwork the road.
No problem overworking.
Oh,
So how's the key? You guys recently started doing to go?
Yes, for some folks who don't know on this, I own a pub. Tarantino works at a pub as well, a beer restaurant. Yeah, we just started doing it to go. We sold out of all our stuff in like 2 nights, which was kind of nuts. It was supposed to be for the whole weekend, just gone. And we did growlers. Growlers were gone. So it's interesting. You know, a lot of people come in, and they're mostly people you know, which is nice. You get to kind of shoot the shit with them. A high school teacher of mine came in, and he's doing the same thing that we're doing right now. He's Zooming, you know, everything else. And he's also, I think the title is Dean of Discipline. He's basically the guy to go see if you fuck shit up or you're an asshole in class, right?
Yeah,
and he's still a funny, good guy. So I'm talking to him, getting him his order. And I'm like, so, you know, I can't imagine you have any discipline issues, right? He goes, well, no, only one. It was Zoom. And a kid, you know, forwarded his email to a buddy with the invite, and all of a sudden in the middle of class, there's another kid mooning the teacher. The virtual class moon has already gone out via Zoom.
That is a brilliant prank.
It's a pretty good one. They have no idea who it is either. It was just an email address that came in and shut their ass. That was it. So that was pretty funny. I was happy to hear that one at least. But yeah, no, I mean it's kind of weird. It's like counter service, except like a coffee shop, and you just hand them their food. And you basically turned every restaurant into like the coffee shop aisle and the stuff and eat and all of it. So it's weird. We did like the entire night's business in 4 hours because just time and out. It's removed the personal part of it. So it's sad, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I went to an account on Friday they were open for 4 hours, only doing pre-mixed cocktails to go. And you step in and they have a box of rubber gloves you can put on. There's the menu right there. And then one person behind the bar. It was kind of cool in how efficient it was. They're open for 4 hours, 2 days a week. And then online sales to go. It's something. It's not going to recreate your business, but it's something.
I was going through these models in terms of when they start like activating everyone again, or at least letting us open up. I mean, here in this state, they're saying it could be May. I don't think it's going to be May. I think it's going on a lot longer.
Early, yeah.
But they're talking about it in phases. So phase 1 for your bar, restaurant, anything else, what they're proposing in mass, is that there's 6 feet tables and bar stools. So obviously capacity chopped in half. And you should only be going in with people you've quarantined with. So I don't know how they expect anyone to fucking police that.
Yeah.
So stuff like that. And then they won't allow walking. You're going to have like a timed kind of fill out of people coming in. It's going to be reservations only. So, I mean, they're good health concerns, but that's just phase 1. And then I guess when you get to phase 3, it's been relaxed and we're closer to business. So, right. I don't know. It is what it is.
I'm worried about the Rammstein tour.
I don't think Tarantino is supposed to go with us. I don't think there's going to be any German metal in our future this year.
I don't either. Yeah. It's a damn shame.
I'm not, I'm not super bummed about it, but whatever, man.
You should be super bummed about it.
That was more of like a conciliatory trip where like y'all motherfuckers are always asking me to do things. I'm always saying no. Every once in a while, I'm like, I can go to New York. I'll eat some bagels and like I'll be good for whatever.
So hip. Yeah. Every now and again, I throw him a bone and hang out. But well, Jim, you can have his ticket. You can roll on down to Rammstein in a year and a half or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. Sure, why not? Since I can't go to Europe, Europe can come here. There you go.
Well, Alex, it was good to see you, dude.
You too, Rich.
Yeah.
So this thing's called Two Richards. 2 Richards, 1 Zoom.
2 Richards, 1 beer.
2 Richards, 1 beer. That's awesome.
But it is 2 Richards on 1 Zoom.
I tried to find my cat who's hiding, but my cat's name is Richard. We could have had a 3-way.
Whoa. 3-way. Sweet Richard, 3 ways.
Richard, 3-way. But, and thanks for having me. Nice to see you guys. Man, it is fun to kind of hang out and actually socialize a little bit. I got to admit.
All right, brother. Stay safe, man.
Thanks for coming on, Alex.
You too. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
All right, fellas.
Get him out of here. Is he gone? Is he off the video? He's off the video. Well, that was pleasant. I was thinking about like the possible. I don't know what's so goddamn funny, Fertile. I was thinking about the possibility of like a segments. So I've been in a very conspiratorial mood. I'm thinking maybe the conspiracy corner with Quarantino. I got like a little sign that I hold up, and we talk about a conspiracy for like 2 minutes, and then we move on to something else.
I'll do it. I'm going to start with our next guest.
Is she going to identify? Does she identify the conspiracy that we then talk about?
Well, yeah, sure. What's the conspiracy you have going on? I mean, there are fucking enough of them. Is there any one of them that has any merit right now?
No, not really. Which one do you choose?
I don't know. Wait a minute. Can you explain to me what the fuck deep state means? I'm sure it's been around forever. I just haven't paid attention. I hear deep state now. I'm like, what does that mean? Jim, what is this deep state conspiracy? Give me that one at least.
God, it means there's some secret conspiracy to undermine the current leadership of the United States of America via like payments of some sort, and the Democrats are behind it. So it's in the like this is the shit. This is the stuff you find on like the worst parts of like not even Reddit.
Like Forge,
the worst parts.
and shit?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Forge. Yeah. 4chan. Yeah.
That's like
the
some
primordial
dark web shit, right?
Internet.
Dark
Yes,
web?
it's all garbage. It's all garbage.
Well, you know,
Did the term deep state start with this administration, or no? It's been around longer than that, right?
No, but it's been around. I don't know the exact start date. That's what Wikipedia is for. But it probably started in the beginning of the 21st century. That'd be my guess. But yes, there's some conspiracy to undermine the current administration, even though there's no real proof to it, and the current administration is just hiring all old hat anyway, and it's just all nepotism anyway. So, you know.
So Jim, thank you for that. One thing, we don't bring you on here to think things; we bring you on here to know things.
and to correct us. You can't correct us with just things that you're thinking.
I'm getting on the internet right now. Shut the fuck up.
You're a real-time like Politico fact checker. Come on, man. I want to see the fucking the accuracy or the true or not true meter thing. Where's the fucking meter?
On Wikipedia, under the Deep State article, according to the journalist Robert Worth, the expression deep state had originated in Turkey in the 1990s, where the military colluded with drug traffickers and hitmen to wage a dirty war against Kurdish insurgents. The term deep state is likely a translation from the Turkish Derin Devlet, literally deep state or deep polity.
This is a thing? It's what?
This is on Wikipedia.
Damn.
You want to read the rest of Wikipedia for the rest of the show? You just want to spend the next 40 minutes reading?
Absolutely not. Yeah, it's been around for a while, for at least the past 20 or so years.
Jim, can you tell me where penguins came from?
Antarctica.
No, like originally, like where they start, where were their humble beginnings? Penguins.
The evolution of a penguin?
Yeah, sure.
Ooh. Jim, what did they evolve from? They can't fly.
They're birds. They're birds. They can't fly. That's interesting.
Are you looking at it right now? Are you looking up
The word penguin first appears in the 16th century as a synonym for great auk from Wikipedia.
What?
Yep.
Great hawk?
Great auk. A-U-K.
I thought you said hawk. I was like, they actually are really shitty hawks. But whatever. Either way. Alrighty. I'm cracking into my second beer. And that ganja's starting to take effect.
You're behind me.
I apologize. I'm definitely in front of Tina. I'm going to have the Medusa Slow Dog. It's a brown ale. It's 5.6%.
Yo, is that McGruff on that fucking can?
It looks like a retired kind of ornery McGruff, yes.
Is that a detective or like a leisure dog? Oh, so it's like an retired dog.
His name is Stan. It says Stan. He's wearing boots, kind of a roughed up robe, and he's got a newspaper tucked into that drawstring.
All right, so this dog is just like taking it easy, getting the paper, maybe chilling in the front yard, talking to the neighbor, watering some shit. That's what this dog is up to.
It's an educated-looking hound. Yes, I would say. I mean, kind of fucking weird. Grumpy-looking. It's an old man dog. It's like Clint Eastwood, get off my lawn dog. Probably. Alrighty. Second guest through the shenanigans here. And Richard, you can tell me how to pronounce Katie's last name since I fucked it up.
Oh, hold on. What's up?
Hey.
It looks like you pronounce it Catella.
Ahoy.
Catella. Is the K silent?
K is not silent, and it's definitely Tella, not
So
Tila.
I'm the Richard that fucked that one up. If there could be any confusion in the email.
Is this because you've been taking Italian lessons? Because in Italy, they do pronounce it more like Tila.
I'm not. No.
Just say yes. Just answer yes and then smile.
He
I
has
was
been
trying to-
skipping his Duolingo classes.
I was trying to give you a benefit of the doubt, Healy.
I'll take it when I should get it, I guess. But yeah, no. I that one up. What are you drinking?
Well, I actually just finished this guy. My parents I actually drove up to Massachusetts on Friday because I had to get out of the city, and my dad still says that Jack's Abbey is his favorite brewery, so he always has a lot in the fridge, so I just drank that, and now I'm just sipping on a little Allagash River Trip, which is our new session Belgian hoppy guy. It's delicious.
So, all right, Katila, let's cut the shit. Welcome to Quarantino's Conspiracy Corner. What do you think about the deep state? Give us your opinion on the deep state.
The deep state?
Yeah.
I mean, I think there's a lot of conspiracy flying around, and I think people need to relax and listen to smart people because COVID is real.
Sounds like fucking spin to me.
I know. I just got an alert on my phone saying that Georgia was reopening hair salons and all sorts of shit. I think tomorrow or Friday or something.
Friday.
You're all gonna
Friday.
die. You're all gonna die.
Florida, they got like fucking thousands of people on the beaches. Man, fuck you. My parents live down there. Go back inside.
It's insane.
Aren't they in Orlando?
They are landlocked.
That's not Jacksonville.
There's no beaches in Orlando.
The
It's
only
3.5 hours inland.
Do your parents work at Disney World, Tarantino?
SeaWorld. They relax the dolphins. they're dolphin relaxers.
Don't even know what that means.
I don't either.
They're drugs. They are literally drugs.
How's the Fanatic? Didn't they fuck with the Fanatic? They like changed his eyes or some shit.
They did, but honestly, I don't think it looks any different. I can't see any difference. My favorite thing of this whole quarantine has been Gritty has been doing, I think, daily live workout videos. He goes on Instagram Live and he's been leading yoga classes and all sorts of weird shit.
Get the fuck out.
Philly's a special place. Gritty yoga.
That sounds so painful. That's horrible.
Yeah, I don't know. Gritty's the best. Philly is just a special city. It reminds me of Boston a lot, but it's just even weirder. Lots of weird shit.
It reminds me of Boston, but with a fucking sack. I don't know. Boston's like lacking some stuff.
It's also way bigger than Boston.
It is.
Way bigger.
This is true. Yeah, it's weird. I've been there for 10 years now.
Oh wow.
I know.
That was a
Long
long
ass time. Long ass
But-
time.
It's always been like you can always take growlers or beer or wine closed up, anything out of bars in Philly. It's just been that way forever when you tell me.
Forever, yeah. What I was telling you the other day is that previously to, I think, 3 years ago, from the off-prem, you could only buy a full case of something. So the only way you could get a six-pack in Philly up until a couple years ago was you had to buy it at a bar to go. So all of this to go from the on-prem is old hat for Philly. We've all been doing growlers and six-packs. You can walk into your neighborhood bar and get like a 12-pack of High Life to go. Like, Philly's weird. Crazy blue laws.
What's the markup like versus on-prem versus off-prem?
There, I mean, you're gonna pay more buying it
Way
from
more.
those guys, but
Okay.
they know they've got you. You have no other options, so or you had no other options.
At least back in the day, though, like if you wanted a case of beer, you would actually physically go to the distributor and like go in their warehouse, which is so fucking weird. I mean, it's cool, I guess, whatever. It just seems weird to go into a distributor's warehouse and like pull a case off the shelf. So it was
Very
bars
strange.
or a case, right? Or is it
So you could buy like a full, because Philly's had Russian River for years, so you would back in the day go and buy an entire case of Russian River for hundreds of dollars.
That sounds amazing, actually. I'd buy a whole case of Russian River for hundreds of dollars, and I'd just move my apartment for like 2 days.
So you'd self-quarantine with Russian River?
Yeah, I think that, to be honest, outside of immediate family, I would self-quarantine with Russian River over anyone else probably in the world. At least a case of just the IPA, or maybe the sours, or a log of the sour. That'd be good.
No, you just quarantine with Vinny himself.
Jim, that's a tough decision. Probably. What? Yeah.
Healy, can you give me a description of this artwork that's behind you?
Well, I've been very bored. Quarantine, as you know, I'm exploring new talents. Most of those are my son.
Most, but not all.
There's a few in there. I've slipped mine in, just waiting for my wife to look at it and go, "That's amazing," and then to say that was me. But it's not happened. No, I'm in my wife's office. I did the last episode was in my office, which is on the other side of our little abode here, and the Wi-Fi was horrible. And then Tarantino also berated me for the amount of unread books I had behind. But I figured I'd make myself look like an emerging Picasso.
I mean, the only reason I gave you shit for the unread book thing is because I do the exact same thing.
I just like how your bass guitar has been propped up for every one of these. Even when we're just there, it's like, I just want them to know that at some point I can whip this thing out and get running.
This is where it goes. It leans against the chair. That's its home. I'm sitting on the chair that it leans against.
Tarantino, you do look like somebody who's very upset that Coachella was canceled.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just stating facts. You got a neck beard going, the bandana.
Yeah, I look good.
The new look.
I look good.
Katie, when was the last time you went into an account in Pennsylvania?
Ooh. I started working from home March 12th.
Oof.
I was doing, and that last week of work, I cover half of the state of Pennsylvania, so mainly eastern PA and then based in Philly. So I tend to do all my travel kind of lumped together. So I'll do a couple days on the road, just hotels, and just keep driving and never go home. So that was that last week that I was in market. I was kind of all over the place. And then that last day I was eating lunch at an account and basically having a panic attack thinking that everybody was sick and that I was going to get sick. So then I went home and started working from home after that.
Actually, that reminds me, I did a shitty job of introducing you. You work for Allagash Brewing out of Maine.
I do.
You handle Philadelphia, the entire state of Pennsylvania. Do you handle any parts of Delaware?
So I used to. So when I've been with Allagash for 3 years now. When I first came on board, I did Philly 5 County, which is just Philadelphia and the surrounding counties, and then I did the state of Delaware. And then we last year started expanding distribution into the rest of PA for the first time in years that we launched new territories. So I took on some more PA territory, and then we had our buddy Caleb came on board, and he took over Delaware for me. So I actually don't do the full state now. I do half the state, and we just hired this guy, Alan, who used to work at Bell's. We actually just brought him on board about 2 weeks ago. He used to work for Bell's, and now he's based out of Pittsburgh, and he's going to do Western Mass for us.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you have Pittsburgh at one point or no?
No. So we actually haven't even started selling beer in Pittsburgh. For about 15 years, I think, we only sold beer in Philly and the surrounding counties, and so we've just started to re-enter the rest of the state. So poor Alan, we brought him on board. We don't even have beer in Pittsburgh for him to sell. So he's just kind of doing an extended onboarding period with us.
Yeah.
So, no beer in there yet.
Pittsburgh is a surprisingly charming motherfucking city.
I knew that was fucking coming, Jim. For some reason, every time Pittsburgh comes up, it's like my grandmother who's never gone west.
I really like
Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh just... I don't get you have a strange affection for Pittsburgh. How many times have you been to Pittsburgh?
It's got like, it's affordable. It's like got old fucking like weird Polish and like Eastern European people. And it's got a bunch of like fucking urban decay. So you can just walk around, look at these old like mills and shit. It's just a cool city to be in.
You're looking at the recorded first wave of gentrification. Like the headdress, the base in the back. He's like, I don't know, this city's got cool mills, like old Polish restaurants. I'm coming.
I just like walking around looking at shit. It's a good city to look at shit.
It is a cool city. I've been there twice. Unfortunately, the last time I did not get to eat any pierogies, but I did eat a lot of good sandwiches.
Oh, I wanted to ask you about, I just read today that Allagash is doing nowadays beer for like Maine homeless folks. What's up with that? What's up with that?
Yeah, we Allagash has kind of retooled our entire business model over the last couple of weeks. I think, as you guys know, we're draft heavy, so thank God we got a new canning line now. So we're pushing cans out. Nowadays was a new Belgian blonde ale that was already slated to come out, and it was already slated to come out and have all of 100% of the proceeds go to Maine Food Bank. And we decided to keep on with that. So we're sticking true to that philanthropic mission that Rob always has. So that's out in certain markets. Not everybody's had it. We're actually not bringing it in Philly, but I think it's released in Massachusetts now and most of New England. Just super delicious Belgian blonde that's actually fermented like a lager. We're doing a lot of weird lager ale combo kind of co-fermentation beers this year. They're delicious. I love them, but definitely stepping out of our comfort zone.
I met Rob Taub like twice, very, very briefly. Like, haven't even had a conversation with him. He's like he's the Pittsburgh of beer humans. Like, he's such a pleasant, kind of like chill ass dude. Like, you don't expect a lot. You see Rob Todd walking. If you don't know who Rob Todd is, he's like your fucking your neighbor's like soccer coach or some shit. Like, he's just a very normal ass dude who is so nice.
He's the best.
What are you saying, Hilly?
So who has a James Beard Award?
He does. He does. And he's awesome. You meet him, like I bring him out. He comes to visit me in Philly, and we go hit accounts. We go cold calling, seeing some of his old buddies as well. And, you know, you introduce him, and he will never say that he's the owner. He just says, hey, I'm Rob with Allagash. Like, there could not be more of a awesome, cool, down-to-earth dude. And, I mean, if anyone has a right to brag and be proud of themselves, it's him, and he just doesn't. He's great. Love working for them.
Nice.
Yeah. What have you guys been up to? Are you still hitting accounts? Are you selling some beer?
No, not really. They pulled most of us off the roads. Makes sense. I mean, like a few here and there, just saying hi. Like, more or less, they let us buy meals at the restaurants in terms of to go. It's the nicest thing to do. So, like, there are a few off-premise that we go see, but most people just don't want you to be touching stuff or kind of around them. Which makes sense.
It's a health issue. That's like, you're not going to make even if you make an additional sale on an account, it's not worth it, honestly, at this point.
No, you're going to spread COVID cooties.
Yeah. Yep.
It's the grocery stores. Sorry to interrupt you, Jim. The grocery stores are starting to mimic like the Boston traffic. Have you noticed that at all, Jim? There's one ways. All the aisles are one way.
Yep. Oh yeah, no, I've been calling on the Star Market on Mount Auburn Street for 2 months now, and it was like 3 weeks ago. The stickers popped up on the ground saying like 6 feet distance and go up one way and down another way. And
the thing I can't stand most about it is if you blow it getting an item. And it's not like you're moving at breakneck speed, but if I realize the flower's behind me, there's like 2 other people behind me, and my best bet is to do this circle. You have to do a circle, and then everyone knows that you're either an idiot or you forgot the flower. And it's just a weird look in a grocery store to share that much about yourself right like that.
Well, now you know how airplane pilots feel when there's a waiting time to land. So that's how I feel. I think about that.
That makes sense.
Are you willing to taxi for your fish sticks, Jim?
Yes, I'm usually hungry when I go into the grocery store. So.
Ooh, mistake number 1: you never shop hungry.
Oh, I know. But
it leads to grazing, and grazing is frowned upon.
We're going to the fucking Star Market in Alston, and like always at least 1 or 2 arrogant motherfuckers in there without a mask on, man. Like, and it drives me crazy. Like, this isn't about you, dude. Like, just put a fucking mask on. You're in a grocery store. People work here. Just don't be a dick, man. I
saw one of the worst things. So Philly, of course, nobody's paying attention to anything. There's no structure in most of the grocery stores. It's a free-for-all. I was doing Instacart pickup. was in my little Allagash mobile waiting for the dude to bring my groceries out, and I saw a woman come out of the store, no mask, no gloves, holding all of her groceries. She popped open a bag of granola, and she starts popping granola in her mouth. It's like, bitch, you were just in the store touching everything. What are you doing? It was horrifying.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I was guilty of some of those moments myself at the grocery store today. I'll fully admit it. I had a mask, but I've only gotten one mask, and it's just gotten reused over my face over and over again. So my son made me a pillowcase mask, and the elastic snapped.
There you go. Now you got 2 fucking masks. There you go.
Oh no! Now I had no mask.
Like, put a mask on.
V-neck Tarantino, and it's not like we're all dressing to, like, I'm not wearing a turtleneck planning for this. So I walk in, I have no mask. I'm getting judged immediately. All right, I get it. I'm trying to, I'm not like, I'm doing what I can, kind of looking like I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm like some bandit tying someone.
Dracula. That's the Dracula move.
But this is what also makes it bad. I was really hungry. I'm not going to share the item I was grazing, but I was maskless, grazing.
Oh, no.
Through Hannaford.
You're the downfall of the country. Great job.
You grazed today?
I was grazing, but I was grazing from my own cart. Like, I wasn't grazing, it's not like I was grabbing an apple and putting it back. And
that is a bigger deal. Like, even if you wear gloves, if you touch something, you're going to spread whatever you spread on those gloves anyway. So unless you sanitize the gloves, it does not matter. It's all, a lot of it's perception at that point. So like, I've been going into Star Market multiple times a week and wearing gloves, and I just do it for the customer's sake, just to make it seem like I'm doing something, but I can't sanitize my hands every single time I bring something up from the back.
Hold on, Jim, can you follow me around while I grocery shop and let people know that what I'm doing is okay, please? You were much smarter.
I got nothing better to do. Sure, why not?
And so are you also taking over the helm at the conspiracy corner right now with your glove conspiracy?
That's what it sounds like.
No. I'm not Alex Berenson, formerly of the New York Times. I'm not Clay Travis. I am none of those pricks. But we'll say just wearing gloves doesn't mean anything unless you sanitize in between every single time.
I mean, you're still spreading anything you touch. I think the point is to not, like, if you have gloves on, don't touch your own face.
Don't touch your face. Don't touch your face, and don't touch your phone or your iPad.
Or your keys, your wallet.
Anything, anything on you.
While I was grazing. I did not touch my face while I was grazing. I was responsible.
Then you're good.
You touched your mouth.
No, I didn't. What I was eating, I was careful. There was a certain.
No.
Was there a
stick your face into your food?
No, I was throwing it up in the air and popping it and kind of, like walrus. People were impressed. It was great. So
that was not a look of being impressed. That was like, what the fuck is wrong with this dude?
I live in my own world. I'm not apologizing to you. So whatever. We should probably get to ending this sucker. Katie, it's been good to talk to you.
Lovely to see all you guys. I was gonna say it's almost like the old days drinking at the old Jack's Abbey, but if it was old days, it would be 10 o'clock on a Friday morning.
Time is a flat circle.
More conspiracy.
Yeah. Cheers to you.
Well, thanks for having me, guys. Cheers.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye.
All right. There we go. Jim, I moved on to my third beer. Oh, Jim, I left that bad beer in the freezer.
It's probably okay. Go get the bad beer.
All right, so my third beer, because we got like 5 minutes or so, is going to be a Zero Gravity Conehead. Tarantino, did you have a second beer at all, you pansy?
First, before the beer, I have a question. Do we need to go 5 more minutes? Like, is anyone at minute fucking 49 being like, I hope they do 5 more minutes of this? Like, they better do the whole hour. I'm going to be pissed.
I was going to drink a 5-year-old expired whiskey barrel red ale for you, but whatever. It's fine. We don't have to do it. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking Jack's Abbey, Sunny Ridge. Lots of Jack's Abbey on the show.
Jimbo, you?
I finished my Coniston XB, and now I'm on to my Marsbrau Ungespundet. So There you go.
It's a little bit more of a somber show today, but whatever. I had a good time. How about you schmucks? 420 Tarantino. How baked are you right now?
You know, like I've been around I've been up since 4, so you know, like at 9 o'clock in the morning, I've basically led a full day already. So I've been indulging for sure.
I have not had any weed today, so
Shocking.
kiss my ass.
All right. Same time next week?
Yeah, same beer time, same beer channel.
Let me know how that whiskey barrel aged red ale is.
It's probably disgusting. Adios.